Hello everyone and welcome to the season finale of Titan Sports. I'm Oscar Rodriguez.
Good to see you again. I'm Enrique Medina.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Ethan Michael.
Good to see all of you. I'm Marisa Flores.
And I'm Alex Granados. We're here to get the ball rolling to provide you with your weekly sports updates. Welcome to Titan Sports.
Boxing's top star Canelo Alvarez floored the English fighter John Ryder, winning by unanimous decision.
For the first time in 12 years, Alvarez returned to fight in his home country and continues to hold onto his undisputed super middleweight championship. Although Ryder hit the floor in the fifth round, he shot back up and pushed through a persistent nosebleed for most of the fight. Without a doubt, the fighter showed resilience up until the final bell.
Alvarez was on a clear hunt for the knockout the entire fight. The Mexican fighter showed clear frustration by occasionally slapping his gloves together after failed swings. However, although Alvarez failed to gain a knockout by the 12th and final round, he did go on to take home the big win of the fight.
Alvarez plans to fight again on September 16th, with the only matchup in mind being the big rematch with light heavyweight champion Dmitry Bivol.
On to basketball. After being a runner-up 2 years in a row, Joel Embiid has finally brought home his first MVP trophy.
This will be the fifth year in a row that an international player has won the MVP award, following the back-to-back winners Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic.
The center from Cameroon led the league in scoring, averaging 33 points in a game, complementing that with 10 rebounds a game. Many superstar players around the league who are worthy of consideration for the award themselves have lobbied for Embiid to get this recognition.
The first unanimously voted MVP, Steph Curry, spoke on the 76er was worth season, stating, quote, "Joel took a leap that I think a lot of people didn't expect because he was dominant already. That leap turned a lot of heads and put the Sixers in a great position. If I had to pick, I'd be him," end quote.
Well, another superstar, Ethan, was Jimmy Butler, who has been playing for a phenomenal playoff season with star moments such as scoring 56 points, ultimately producing the fourth highest playoff game of all time.
Despite receiving MVP chants for himself from fans, Butler made his opinions clear, stating, quote, "I don't know about I'm MVP, I think that's Joel, if I'm being brutally honest," end quote.
There's a new meaning to this prestigious award, as is now named after one who many consider to be the greatest to ever play the game, Michael Jordan.
While it is still voted by the media and is solely based off the regular season, the MVP award continues to be a way common fan judges a player's legacy. Embiid is now finally able to check off this list of his bucket list and lead his team to a championship this year.
Now, along with Embiid, there was another runner in the contest for MVP, and that was Jokic. Because moving on to the Western Conference, where this year's MVP runner-up was Jokic, he now faces a $25,000 fine after getting into a scuffle with a fan.
Yes, that's right. The scuffle initiated when the game ball was sent into the crowd in the second quarter and was caught by Matt Ishbia, who happens to own the opposing team, that being the Phoenix Suns, and sat courtside during the game.
When Jokic went to retrieve the game ball, his elbow collided with Ishbia, who knocking him backwards, although it could have been a flop. But following the collision, the Denver Nuggets player was assessed for a technical foul.
Yes, that's right. After seeing his new team tie the series 2-2, Ishbia was in good spirits about the whole situation. He expressed his appreciation for the two-time MVP's game and was not asking for any serious penalty.
That's right. Leading the game with 53 points and 11 assists, Jokic was confused as to why he even received a technical foul for that incident. The $25,000 fine replaces the risk of being ejected or suspended from the NBA. As high of a caliber as a player as Jokic is, he's bound to be a constant target against opposing teams and players, even fans.
Right, and Jokic made his voice clear in how unprotected he felt, expressing, quote, "The fan put the hand on me first," end quote. Jokic explained also, "I thought the league was supposed to protect us. Maybe I'm wrong, I know who he is, but he's a fan, isn't he?" End quote. One man who certainly had his back was Nuggets head coach Mike Malone, who was equally disturbed by the technical foul.
With exciting players like Jokic on the court, it's without a doubt fans want to get involved, get a piece of the action, and be close to it. But with this comes the need for player protection from the league, especially in pressure.
Well, I know the Champions League is going on right now, but in Italian soccer, for the first time in 33 years, the city of Naples has won the Scudetto after a 1-1 draw against Udinese. This is Napoli's first Italian Serie A title since legendary Diego Maradona led them in 1987 and in 1990. In his honor, the Napoli's entire home stadium was renamed in his honor following his death in 2020.
After Nigerian international Victor Osimhen netted his 22nd goal of the season, there was a pandemonium between the Neapolitans as they sensed it was finally time to celebrate.
Over 50,000 fans packed in Udinese Stadio Diego Maradona to watch the game. After the final whistle blew declaring the win, fans invaded the field with joy and jubilation. A city that bleeds passion for the football club was and been ready to burst.
Unless you talk to an ultra, this is a title win was completely unexpected as the season was supposed to be a transition year and the team wasn't even considered to be a contender.
Yeah, most people had either Milan or Inter Milan winning the whole thing, but Napoli cut their wage bill by 30% and saw the departures of three veteran leaders, including Kalidou Koulibaly, the club's all-time goal scorer, Dries Mertens, and native son and captain Lorenzo Insigne.
This meant they had to rely on their young talent, and that was spearheaded by the sudden emergence of Georgian sensation Vida Kvaratskhelia, which was dubbed Kavardorna by some forming of lethal 1-2 punch with Osimhen.
After this and their success in the Champions League, it begs the question as to whether Napoli will be able to keep some of their stars, specifically those two, as rumors intensify for this upcoming summer transfer window.
Yes, and now moving on to Formula One. After an intense race, Max Verstappen has been crowned the Grand Prix champion for the third time in a row. Verstappen went on to take home the victory in the second annual Formula One Miami Grand Prix, and his Red Bull teammate Checo Perez, who went on to finish second.
It only took 20 of the 56-lap Grand Prix for Verstappen to take the lead. This marks the Dutch driver's third win of 5 races in 2023. It also marks his third straight win in an American Grand Prix, 2 in Miami and 1 in Austin, Texas.
Yes, that's right. Also, Aston Martin's racer Fernando Alonso finished in third in this race and also started on the front row. Mercedes driver George Russell and Ferrari's Carlos Sainz ended in the top 5 of the race, going green from start to finish, while surpassing a handful of incidents.
1984 marked the last time a driver won a Grand Prix from the 9th starting position, when Niki Lauda won the French Grand Prix. Verstappen piles onto his 38th title win, marking a tie for the most all-time Red Bull racing driver and 4-time world champion, Sebastian Vettel.
Yes, and Verstappen's win also comes with 1 bonus point for turning the fastest lap, of course, of the race, increasing his lead upward in the World Championship, standing to 14 points over Sergio Perez.
Now on to our final Titan timeline of the season. I'm so sad, but Cal State Fullerton softball is happy because they have been dominant this season and are one step closer on repeating as Big West champs, as they swept Hawaii this past weekend now, putting them at 14 straight wins. During the streak also, the Titans have also outscored their opponents 69-9.
Yeah, I agree with you, Marissa. It's definitely have been a remarkable season for the Titans. In the opening game, Micah Sutherland pitched a gem and ultimately outdueled opposing ace Brianna Lopez in a game that saw a total of 3 hits.
Right. Daisy Munoz drove in a run in the first inning, and that was all Sutherland needed, as she blanked Hawaii with a complete game 1-hit shutout while striking out 13. Cal State Fullerton continued to dominate in the last 2 games, only allowing a combined 1 run.
It was also a big game for Sutherland as she picked up her 19th win, gaining her 200th strikeout of the season, and was named Pitcher of the Week for the 5th week in a row, a Big West record. After the spring 2023 season, Sutherland plans on going abroad to Italy, where she will play with the club Forlì in the Italian Championships.
I am completely jealous, but now the Titans will face deja vu. As for the 3rd straight season, they end off the season against Long Beach State, only needing to win 1 game now to clinch that Big West title.
The Titans will look to become back-to-back Big West champions and to continue the program's dynastic run among the conference, seeking to win their 6th title in the last 8 seasons, beginning this Friday night. Good luck to all of our Titans.
All right, everyone, now stay tuned because coming up, we have our final roundtable discussion coming your way right after this break.
I have a question about
Hello and welcome back to our last roundtable discussion. Before, I want to talk about the NBA because and your predictions, but Alex, I know we were talking about a little bit about the Canelo fight. What did you think about the fight?
I mean, it was a really good fight. Obviously, he dominated. The only rounds he really lost were the first and the second. He did get Ryder on a knockdown, which at that point I thought the fight was over. It seemed like he broke his nose, but Ryder's a tough SOB. I don't know how he didn't go down, but Ryder's a really underrated fighter. He proved that definitely. But also, there were some whispers going around that Canelo over his last fights, especially against Golovkin, he's been a little past his prime, might be slowing down, getting up there in age, and I think it might be true because he couldn't get the knockout against Ryder. The one thing I did notice right away is he's not moving defensively. His head movement isn't the same as it used to be. You look at a clip like the fight against Daniel Jacobs is the highlight you always see around social media. You don't see that from Canelo anymore. So whether he gets a rematch against Bivol at light heavy or at super middleweight, I don't think he's going to beat him regardless. So, and right now, I don't know if he can beat David Benavidez either. So he has a couple tough fights that if he does pursue them, I don't know if he can win at the moment.
I think he is going up in age a little bit, but that's one thing I really like about Canelo and Mayweather also is they know their game and they know their opponent. They study their opponent really well to the point where they know how to tire out their opponents within the first few rounds. And even though it looks like they're about to go down, when they're tiring out their opponent, they really come back in the final rounds and are able to go ahead and take that win. And I think even though he's climbing up in age, since he's so knowledgeable and since he's been in it for a while, he still has a few years left in him, I think. But yeah, speaking about that head weaving and everything, it's not as speedy as it used to be. The more punches are landing now, and I hate to see it happen, but I think he still has a few years in him.
Well, going back to Benavidez, I know that a lot of people want to see Canelo fight Benavidez, but Canelo keeps saying that, I don't want to fight another Mexican, and stuff like that. Do you think that's kind of the reason, just to have not another Mexican, but he's actually worried that he might lose against him, especially since you're saying that he's kind of getting slower in his defensive technique?
I don't think it has anything to do with Mexican on Mexican because he's done it before. He's fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I think it's just a tough matchup for him. Benavidez is really big. He'll come at Canelo. He's not going to stay back and be defensive. He'll actually come at him, swing at him. So I think it's just a tough matchup. That's probably why.
We'll go to the NBA. So if you guys didn't watch it, these guys all have the Warriors winning the series. I mean, the series has not ended, but Lakers are winning 3-1, and I was the only anchor that had them winning or going at least to Game 7, but it might happen to Game 6 or 7. But I remember when I said my pick, you guys are like, Oscar's dumb for this and everything. Yeah. But you guys were giving me faces like, why are you picking the Lakers? I'm like, I got to stay loyal to my team no matter what.
Well, I wasn't expecting Lonnie Walker to do that, but no, you're right. Absolutely, I think that was a game-changer game. Like I said before last week, I mean, this whole playoffs, the whole world depends on one guy, Anthony Davis, because he's in terms of skill, in terms of raw talent, he's up there with Giannis, Joel Embiid, and Jokic. But the difference between them is his mentality. And I've heard him talk about over and over again how he gets in his own head and that it stops him from, because all of a sudden you'll see him drop 15 and it's just where is he? But if he can dominate, if he can just be productive and stay focused and stay healthy, most importantly, they'll win it all.
Right, and I mean, I don't think we've truly seen the best of him yet, which is the scary part. And even in Game 4, right, he didn't have the best game, right, especially in that second half. He was not a difference maker, let's just be honest. But even small things like that last possession against Steph Curry, those are the things that matter, the little things that he could provide to the team. He's always been a great defensive player, and just to see him do that, there's still the little ways that he can kind of help provide to this team. But at least moving forward, if the Lakers are able to advance, hopefully so, us being Lakers fans, but we still need to see more. We really do.
What do you think about him, Marisa?
I knew. You had to call me out,
No.
I did have the Warriors in 7. It still might go to 7 games, but let's be honest, if anyone can come back from being down 3-1, it's going to be Steph Curry and the Warriors. My only thing, though, he's one of the best shooters of all time, I do not want to hear it, but okay, my thing is, he really has been carrying that team on his back. I mean, this past game, he had how many points? And Klay Thompson, I think in the first quarter, he had double digits. Everyone else was still in single digits. And
he's been disappointing.
Right, he has been really disappointing. I'm mad at him. I'm really mad at him. But that being said, I root for the Lakers because, I'm from the area, and they were my pick. I wasn't rooting for them. The Warriors are my pick. It can still go to 7 games, although it's looking like it might go to 6 now. But, tons of credit to AD, AR, Russell, and man, I mean, of all people on the Lakers team, who would have thought, in the fourth quarter, he had 17 points against a Warriors team who only had 14 in the final quarter? Absolutely
Lakers,
ridiculous. No one saw it coming. No one saw it coming.
I thought I was watching Kobe, dude.
Oh my! And I mean, they Lakers have momentum because, like I've said a bunch of times on the show, it's about who's the healthiest and who's the hottest. And right now, that's the Lakers. And you just see it with just random players like Lonnie Walker. It'll just be random guys who just go off, and that just means that in the locker room right now, they're just feeling themselves, and it's like an energy thing. And I think that they're the hottest team right now and the scariest team.
In my defense, also, Mike Trout yesterday after the game in the clubhouse, he had the Warriors winning also, right? He was mad at that Draymond pass late in the fourth quarter. I was going to say that. So it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me.
So a baseball player. Oh, okay.
Another great athlete.
Oh, okay, true.
The baseball player.
Hey, Mike Trout knows more than me. I know that. Yeah.
Probably. We should have him mic'd up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely.
What did you think about the game, Alex?
I mean, it's been a tough series for the Warriors for sure. It's a complete 180 from what they face against the Kings. The Kings, it's basically another version of them. The Lakers, however, a different team. They're a defensive stopping team. They have the big man that the Warriors don't have, and the ultimate mismatch. Even for Draymond, as a small ball 5, you can only do so much against AD. You're going to get in foul trouble. The Lakers aren't that great of a shooting team, but because of their size and defense, it does kind of stop the Warriors a little bit, especially when they go on cold streak. So it's just a really bad matchup. It's like in boxing styles, Mike fights, and same thing in the series right now.
Well, that definitely from yesterday's game, the game could have gone either two ways. From Golden State definitely could have won the game, and Lakers ended up winning it. Right. But going to the 76 series where Joel Embiid won the MVP, what do you think about that? You think it's well deserved and long waiting for him to get the MVP trophy?
Well, I mean, I think the MVP trophy is just overrated at this point. I think it's just for casual fans who are just late to the party. It's just for them to sort of judge players' legacies. But the reason why I'm saying that is because we've talked about Joel Embiid and Jokic for these past couple of years, and neither of them have been to the finals yet. I know it's a team sport and it's a regular season award, but these guys are supposed to be the best players in the league, and I think one of them have to, the league can't push those two players anymore. We keep promoting them and we keep talking about them, but the league can't push them anymore if not one of them make to the finals. But if Anthony Davis can't stay healthy, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's going to be a battle of the MVPs in the finals. We got Embiid and Jokic in the finals. That's what I'm gonna say.
Are you scared though, with the Suns already tying up the series and D-Buck's super hot right now?
I think I don't think the Suns are deep. That's my thing. Sometimes they'll just have random players on the floor and just strangers out there.
Sometimes the Suns aren't either. Sometimes their bench is kind of lacking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just random people. And but the thing is, with the Suns and Nuggets, they're sort of wearing each other out. So that's why I think if you're a Lakers fan, I think that makes it even sweeter because you're up 3-1 and then. They matched up different. They got better, but they matched up really well against Denver last time they were in the series. And like I said, it's looking very sweet for the Lakers.
I was telling Alex earlier, too, wouldn't it be amazing, though, if we had another Los Angeles and Boston showdown in the finals? That's going to be something we talk to our kids about. Lead, right? Yeah, I was alive. That would be, it would be insane to watch. Yeah, if anyone can do it, though, it's definitely the Lakers. I mean, when they have the momentum on their side, they ride that to the very end, and I think it's showing definitely late in the season. I mean, you had, what seed were they, the 7th?
Yes.
7th in the regular season? And you have people saying all the time, regular season matters, regular season matters. Clearly, it does not. It doesn't at all. They were even in the play-in tournament, too, and I know we always bag on the play-in tournament, but if it weren't for that play-in tournament, we wouldn't have seen them make it this far.
Or Miami.
Yeah, exactly. Jimmy Butler, too, who's been phenomenal.
And there's a lot of analysts that keep saying, there's Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, they're all kept saying about the Lakers, how they're not the best team, and they're not even ready for the playoffs, and now they're proving everyone wrong, especially with the Heat, dude. That's been what's been going on. Speaking of the basketball in the Western Conference, what do you guys think about Jokic and that fine? I don't know.
That was nothing. I think the league is just kind of getting soft at this point. If that's even going to get brought up. No, it's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, shout out to the owner because he just went out and said that it's no big deal. Yeah. No, the story should be that it's 2-2. Now, if his team didn't tie it up, I don't know if he would have went that route. But we're here now, and we shouldn't even be talking about that. Players need to be protected. And sometimes it just doesn't feel like they are because they're just a player like Jokic in a away arena like that is going to be targeted by players, fans, anybody, and they need to be protected because they're not allowed. They get in trouble when they respond, but it's just like if you know that somebody's initiating it, you got to protect them as well.
And why is he You saw how short he is compared to Jokic. Why are you antagonizing this player for taking the ball back? He's a basketball player. He's taking the ball back from you, and he acts so shocked in the manner he took it back from him. I think I absolutely think Ishbia was completely out of pocket.
It's just an exaggeration. It's as simple as that.
Did you see the way he flopped too?
Yeah.
It was. I mean, come on. It was hilarious.
Wait, who flopped the owner?
Yes, the owner absolutely flopped. He's not even playing.
Yeah.
It was completely
Call
ridiculous.
a technical foul on him.
25,000 is a lot. I mean, I know these players get. I
Yeah.
know. I know
Chump
these
change
players. I know these players get paid a lot, but I mean, come on. That we're about to graduate.
Yeah.
That would have been all 4 years
Yeah.
of our degree. So it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and I think absolutely these players need to be protected a lot more by the league. I mean, why is he getting such a huge fine? I mean, maybe to a degree they don't want these players to really give in to that kind of baiting and everything, but it makes no sense. He took the basketball back, and when he's getting antagonized, you're gonna just poke back, elbow back. But I don't know.
So all right, so it's our last show, and for bragging rights, because off the air we all talk trash to each other about who picked who and stuff. I haven't heard the end of it when I picked the Suns last year. But so who are you guys picking in the finals and who are you guys picking to win? And after, because we picked before, but like I said, players get hurt and then it just team momentum just changes. So now, last time we get to call it, who do you guys got?
All right. I got the Lakers. I think they can definitely make a strong run and hopefully they can win the finals. But if it's not the Lakers, I can definitely see the 76. I don't want the Celtics though for sure. But they're a strong team too. But it's definitely the Lakers for me.
I say the Celtics and Suns. I know I'm from the area. Don't
pick
do
the rival.
Don't do me.
How can you pick the rival?
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. But
yeah.
I mean, KD. You do talk about AD, but I'm gonna stand on what I've been saying. He's inconsistently consistent, and I think if he goes up against KD, it's gonna be a tough match. And if he's not consistent, it's gonna make it even tougher.
Ooh, I'm gonna say it's gonna be either the Lakers or the Nuggets facing off against Celtics. Hopefully a Lakers-Celtics series, that battle for who takes the lead. Definitely want to see the Lakers riding momentum. I'd say why not, right?
I'm going to go out on a limb. I think the Nuggets are going to win it this year.
I
think they're going to win it this year.
And who are they going to play?
That's a tough one. Probably the Celtics.
Celtics are scary because they've been playing awful and they're still getting by. You know what I mean? So, like, if they can just get it together and it seems like they don't know their roles and stuff, but if they can just get it together, I think Celtics and Lakers will probably happen. If AD can stay healthy, that's a big if, but if AD is healthy, Lakers-Celtics is happening.
Yeah, Jason Tatum has to step up in the fourth quarters for sure.
They just got to give him the ball. Marcus Smart, stop shooting those shots. Jeez.
The 76ers, though, you got to give it to them. They're strong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
They're just banged up. That's why I'm not picking them.
That's all the time we have.
Right. All right, Titans, that's all the time we have for today. And from the bottom of our hearts, at least for me, it was my first time being on this show with you guys. So thank you for welcoming me with open arms, and Alex as well. It's been an honor being able to do this show with all of you.
Absolutely.
I just want to, of course, man. It was a pleasure having you and Alex here with us. It was we had a great time, but I just want to give a shout out to the Titan TV crew, for Jeffrey, Nathan, our executive producer, Nicole, Gavin, May, and all of our Titan TV crew. Honestly, it was truly a special season for us, especially for Ethan and I. We've been here for a year, so I just want to give them a quick shout out for giving us a chance to work on our talent and improve to become better anchors. So honestly, thank you for giving us a shot, and hope you guys didn't regret it, because this honestly was one of the most memorable moments in my college year. So thank you for tuning in on our last episode of Titan Sports. I'm Oscar Rodriguez.
I'm Alex Granados. No, but also thank you to all the camera people who worked all semester with us. Thank you to Jared for being our floor director. I know you struggled with us all semester. Thank you to Jackie for the amazing graphics as well. Over there also working prompter. Anyone who I missed, thank you guys as well. And yeah.
Well, yeah, I just want to say this is my third semester in a row with my guy Oscar, and I've worked with you guys outside of the semester, but it's been a pleasure, it's been an honor and a privilege. I look forward to where all you guys take things. I want to thank Jeffrey and Raphael and our producers now for Nicole and Gavin as well. They've let us do a thing. Anybody who wants to come on here and just get reps about, I'm telling you, this looks better than professional sets sometimes. So if you want to get real reps in and get better on camera, this is a place to come, because this is why I came here. And it didn't disappoint.
All right, and we're getting the wrap-up signal. It's been great for me, too. I love you all. I've had such a great time. I'm Marisa Flores. As always, go ahead and give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter. If you haven't already, please, at CSUF Titan Sports, to keep you updated on all things sports. And we won't see you guys next time, but it's been great.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Peace.